Hi team, welcome to a stretch series here. I'm going to show you what I taught today in class. Feel free to follow along and let's get going. Up nice and high. Exhale. All the way down. Maybe you hold on to one foot and then the other. Shaking your head, yes. Oh no. Nice and loose. Rolling up about halfway. Hands find your shoulder pads. We're stepping back onto that little wooden platform. Hips are going high to the sky. Pressing your chest towards your knees. Start by pedaling out those feet. Bending through one knee. Maybe you have a little rotation, a little twist. And then the other. Maybe you bend and extend through both knees, sinking those hips back, bending and straightening. All meanwhile, I'm pressing my hands into the shoulder pads. My eye gaze is down to my knees or in that well. Straightening those legs, hips stay high. We roll through your spine all the way through. Drop your hips down, look up, and hips high. Bend, extend, rolling all the way through. Bend, extend, all the way through. Maybe a little side to side. One more. And hips go all the way up, nice and high. Little twist. From here, I want you to take that right leg up nice and high. Big breath up. Opening out through your hip. Bend and extend from the knee. Bend the knee, draw it into your chest. Roll through your spine. Place your foot down into that headrest. Big long lunge. One hand can come up and over. And if you've got your balance, up and over to the other side. Straightening out through that front leg, find that hamstring stretch. Nose to knee. Finding some spinal movements as well. My necklace. And just that breath. You can hold in whichever position you want. Let's find that hamstring stretch. And then roll forward to that hip flexor. Look up. Pausing here, taking that right hand up into the sky. Big inhale, exhale all the way down. Inhale up. If you want to go a little bit deeper, elbow comes down to the inside of your ankle. One more. All the way up, hold it there. Reach your hand to the back of the room. Pause, shine those fingers. Roll that wrist all the way up and over. Straighten out through that front leg. Hold it there. Rocking forward and pressing back to that little wooden platform. Once again, pedal out those feet. Bend and extend. This time, hips go high, holding it there. Taking that left leg up nice and high to the sky. Big inhale up. Exhale, we bend and extend from the knee. Bend your knee, draw it into your chest, roll through your spine, and place your foot down into that headrest. Bend and extend through that front leg. This one feels a little bit tighter. You can hold in that hamstring or in that hip flexor. We roll it forward. Holding here. In that hip flexor, we open out and reach down. Maybe you bring that elbow all the way down. One more, all the way up. Reach your hand to the back of the room. Shine and roll the wrist. All the way up and over. Straighten that front leg, nose to knee. And step back onto that little wooden platform. You can go through another bend, extend, roll through. Hips go high, hold it there. Keeping your hands where they are, drop your feet down towards the floor. From here, I want you to sink those hips back, curving through your spine, draw the carriage in. Dropping your chest all the way down. This is where that stronger spring, maybe that red spring is quite nice, but a blue is really beautiful as well. Curve on your next one and hold. Releasing all the way down. Let those hands fall to the floor. Bone by bone, we restack nice and slowly so we don't get a little head rush. Head is the last thing. Big breath up. Exhale. Beautiful work. From here, we're going to come over to one side of the reformer. This is, if I face the back of the room, it's my left-hand side. I've got that blue spring on. From here, I want us to bring that left foot forward, just in line with the shoulder pad, but everyone's leg lengths are different. If you're a bit shorter, you might want to be a bit closer towards the springs. Hands are going to find those shoulder pads. Back toe is going to find your footbar or that platform. Once again, depends on your height. From here, I want you to open that carriage out, lifting your chest up, sinking into that left hip, bending through your knee, straightening, curving through your spine, drawing that carriage in. Now if those give your wrists a little bit of trouble, you can bring your hands down to the carriage. You might get a little bit more range. Dropping all the way down, holding onto that shoulder pad. I want you to sink those hips all the way down. From here, you have a little rock of that shoulder pad, elbows are down, forward and back. You have some shoulder retractions, a hip flexor stretch, and you get a little calf stretch with that heel. Straightening out that front leg, bending, a little rock. You can hold, push, pull, sink a little bit deeper. You can drop that back knee. And slowly curving through your spine, drawing that carriage in. Just rotating those feet inwards. I want you to bring that left hand to the outside of your shoulder pad and taking that right hand up nice and high. Big inhale up. Exhale, thread through. Reach towards that shoulder pad. And then all the way back up. Big inhale. Exhale. You can have a few hand options, either on the outside or the inside. Find that inside allows for a deeper rotation. Opening that top hand all the way up and to the outside, and thread your head or your shoulder down towards the carriage. You can hold. You can bend the knees. And slowly reaching all the way up, rotating out, and all the way forward, thread that needle. And come through center, staying in that little forward fold. Bring your foot down, nice and slowly, all the way up. Staying on your blue spring, we're bringing those knees down towards your platform. Hands are going to come over onto that carriage, bringing your left foot forward and across the edge of your carriage, sinking into your pigeon stretch. Now, with that back leg, you can have it using your Footbar for a bit of tension. You can bring it on your platform, or you can simply bring your knee nice and gracefully onto that platform and just relax that back foot there. You should feel it on the outside of your thigh, but on this leg. Big breaths. As you open and close that carriage, you can lift the chest, come up and over. Or you can simply hold. Just hold. You can lift those back toes up. Find a little quad stretch. You can have a little rotation. Sink a little bit deeper. And slowly draw that carriage back on in. From here, I want you to grab a hold of both straps, bringing your feet on the outside of your carriage, placing your bum down onto your platform. Now this feels really light. Grab a hold of that red spring and pop it on. Bringing your heels onto the edge of your carriage. Hold on to both long loops or short loops, up to you. Grab a hold of both. Pilates V of those heels. Sitting up nice and tall to start. Legs are nice and straight. Bending through those knees, drawing your chest forward. And straighten, lean back. You encourage your clients to stay here, or taking that right hand up and open out and flow forward. Left hand. You can of course hold. That feels really nice. You can hold in whichever position you feel that you need a bit more. Encourage through the center. A little sway. Shoulders away from ears. And slowly, we melt all the way forward, releasing those straps through that headrest. Sitting up nice and tall. Maybe you have a little mermaid. Maybe you have some spinal twists. Big breath. We're going to go for the other side. Do it all again. From here, you're going to take off that red spring, bringing those legs on the outside, and come on up. Make sure you've got those straps back onto your silver hooks. And we're going to go to the other side. Bringing that right foot forward, left goes back on the foot bar. You can bring your hands to the shoulder pads or down, just framing it. Dropping that hip all the way down, dropping your hip all the way down to the rail, and then opening out. Open, exhale. Pull in. Dropping all the way down, holding here. Bending and straightening through that front leg. Holding. You have a calf stretch, a hip flexor stretch, and those shoulder retractions. You can always straighten that front leg, find a little hamstring, sink back down. Slowly, I'm going to draw that carriage back in. Rotate your feet. Come through that center. Taking my right hand to the outside or to the closest. We open out. Exhale. Reach through and thread. Once again, it all depends on your height. Maybe you bring your right hand to the inside shoulder pad. You find a deeper rotation, but it also might be a bit more comfortable for you. Reaching up and through. Maybe you hold on to your ankle. Good. All the way up. Rotate outwards. Come forward. Hold. And through that center. You slowly bring your leg back down and roll and restack. No head rush. And come back down onto your platform. So we're crawling back onto that platform, bringing your right foot forward, dropping that knee down, and then opening your carriage. Once again, you can bring your foot onto that footbar and your knee down onto your platform, or you can just rest it like I have here. What's beautiful in this pigeon stretch, you can open and close, hold, have some rotations, a little thread, or you simply just let yourself fold and hold. Try to get your hip all the way down. And just focus on that breath. You can lift those back toes up. You can hold. Last few breaths here. Sink as deep as you can. Get as low as you can. Rest your head. Slowly closing that carriage, bringing your knees all the way back, keeping your forearms on that carriage, just walk yourself back. Forearms stay there, dropping that chest all the way down to the springs and curving, pulling that carriage back in. Bring those elbows a little bit further off. We're here for your puppy pose and that upper back stretch. As you get all the way down, elbows on the carriage, and your hands reach behind your head. You can have a little rock. slowly walk your hands back up. Take one more big stretch down and rolling through that spine, sitting all the way back. Now, if your client's knees aren't feeling great in that position, that's okay too. You can sit on your platform, bring your hands down, and do that same movement from there. That one's super nice. From here, we need to get everyone turned around. So we're going to finish off with some back work and then our feet in straps. From here, I want us to lie all the way down onto the carriage. Of course, if you have any pregnant clients, this is not advised. You can do what I did before, or you can simply do some back work with those straps. From here, we lie all the way down, just like we're about to get on a surfboard. Legs go through that headrest. You can cross them over. Your ribs are on the edge of the carriage here. Hands are going to find your platform. Eye gaze goes down. From here, you're going to press up and lower down. Up and lower down. Tucking that tailbone. Extend all the way up. Open the carriage. Lift. Drop down. Up. Extend. Lift. Lower. Now, can you reverse this? We lift, extend, lift up even higher, and then drop it down. Press, lift, bring it in, lower down. Now you can do this from each direction. You can reverse through each point. And you can simply let yourself dangle down into those springs. But when you're ready, pop that one off, open the carriage, and let yourself dangle all the way down. Maybe you walk yourself forward a little bit more. Even further down, just let those hips release down. And slowly, when you're ready, curving through that spine, just like how we've practiced, walk yourself all the way back up. Pulling that carriage in, watching for those springs, knees come in, hands up to that platform, and pull all the way in. From here, we're going to pop on some springs, red, blue, yellow, or 2 reds and a yellow, depending how strong you want your feet and straps to be. And we're lying all the way down. We have our timer on, almost there. Lying all the way down. Best part of class. Making sure those straps aren't tangled. Feet go into the arches. Feet go into your straps. Just fixing myself here. Feet go into the arches. Oh my God. Feet go into your long loops, and then we start to flow from here. Legs go up, legs go down. reaching those feet up nice and high. Maybe you have a little lift. It's nice and supported. Slowly roll down, bend, and press. One more. All the way up. Bone by bone, massaging that spine all the way down. Pressing long, lifting those legs up. Grab a hold of the straps. Give yourself a pull down. Bend one knee, then the other, or keeping them nice and straight. Opening those legs wide. You can rock side to side, bending one knee, then the other. Holding in that happy baby. Keeping your right knee nice and bent, extend that left leg long. Now your hips might want to rock towards that left side. Let's try and keep them down onto the carriage there. Grab a hold of that left strap. Inner thighs. Taking it to a quad, you're going to draw that right knee in and toe goes down towards the floor. Pausing. You can bend in, focus on that quad. And unraveling yourselves, straightening out that leg, that right leg, bending through your left. And then taking that left knee forward, toe goes behind. You can even have that one bent. And just focus on your quad. Last few breaths here. We're going to straighten out those legs, taking one leg across. You have a little figure four. Swapping sides. Finally, let's open those legs nice and wide once again. And drawing those feet together, toes together, heels together, knees go wide, toes down into those springs. It's okay to have that little arch. Meeting me in that diamond position as we sink into your breath. Feel free to pop those straps off and we just lie quietly here. Taking a moment to ourselves. Taking a deep breath in and an exhale. Finding stillness in each breath you take. Sinking a little bit deeper each time. Just focusing on your breath. For a moment of mindfulness. Taking a deep breath in, filling up those lungs. And exhale. Bringing those hands towards your rib cage. With each breath you take, you feel those ribs expand. And exhale. Contract. Feeling your body go heavier with each breath you take. With this sense of stillness, I invite you to take a moment to set yourself an intention. An intention beginning with the words, I am. I am strong. I am kind. I am capable. I am balanced. I am aligned in my mind, body, and spirit. With each breath you take, you sink a little bit deeper, clearing that mind, feeling calmness just rush over your body. Holding your intention close to your heart. All together now, we take a deep breath in and exhale. Deep breath in, fill up with all that beautiful energy, and exhale. Releasing anything you no longer need. Slowly, we bring our awareness back to the room, our breath back to its normal rhythm. Our fingers and toes start to wiggle. Draw your knees into your chest, giving yourself a big cuddle. If you've got those straps on, pop them off, one at a time. And when you're ready, slowly we bring that awareness to our sight and to the room. Opening those eyes as we come back to the day, back to the moment. And when you're ready, you can slowly come on up. Thank you so much for joining me today for my stretch class. I've got one more little thing for you. I've got my affirmation cards here. So I'm going to give myself a little reading and share my love towards you guys with my I am affirmations. You can take a big deep breath. Not bad. I am confident. I am confident. I want you to take that I am affirmation with you. Hold it for the rest of the day that you do this class, rest of your week. Hold it in your heart. Thank you so much for joining me today. Feel free to purchase some I am affirmation cards through my website. I'll put the link in the bio below. Thank you so much for joining me. Like and follow along for more. Let me know in the comments if you like what you see, what else you want to see. Sending so much love. Bye guys.